Good morning, my name is David Gonzalez, and my topic today is playing rhythm guitar. And first I'd like to ask, is there anybody here that has ever wanted to play the guitar? Anybody does play the guitar? All right. I was in a guitar store one time buying one of my first guitars, and I didn't know where I was going to get started because I studied theory and started music. I play saxophone and guitar, but I didn't know anything about chord structure. And I was paying for my guitar, and the sales clerk mentioned that he was a blues guitar player. I said, wow, could you give me a couple of lessons? He says, well, I don't read music, I don't write music. He says, but I could write out a formula for you that will make it easier. So today I would like to pass on that formula so that you can have the same information. And like I say, I've studied music since I was in elementary school. And I've studied theory in college. I've played by ear, I've played by note. And the only thing I didn't learn was this formula in all the study that I ever did. It's a very special formula that really, your teacher has to teach it to you. It just doesn't happen in theory. So, moving right along, let's see. The first thing that you need to know, well, actually, there's three things you need to know about playing rhythm guitar. And the first thing is the 7 major chords that you will have to learn in order to play the guitar. And these are named after the 7 major notes in music theory: A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And here I have a diagram that you can get in a basic beginner book that shows you where to put your fingers. And what happens here is that on a real guitar, it's set up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. So this is where your guitar's at. It's not like this. It's like this. And so what you want to do is you want to put your fingers, say, right here, and follow the black chord patterns. The black dots, follow the bouncing dots or something like that. And the second thing is good to know about playing rhythm guitar is the 1-4-5 chord pattern. And what we do in order to get that formula, what we do is we put the names of the chords in a vertical line, and we put our numbers up on top, and we spell out the letters. And what we do, we count out the first chord will be in the key of A. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have a D chord and then an E chord. And those 3 chords you can use, and you'll find them in most basic songs in the key of A. If you want to play in the key of B, you start here with a B, E, F sharp 7. You want to play in the key of G, you will play G, C, and D, and then you should have your basic chords for basic rock, blues, gospel, whatever you want to play. A lot of songs will add a chord, a 7th chord, or a minor chord. Now the third thing that we need to know, or will be good information on playing rhythm guitar, is what we want to do is put 1 and 2 that we talked about together, and we want to learn how to play each chord and what number our fingers are so that we can read the chords. And let's see, like right here, you have a chord diagram that tells you which fingers to put on which black dot. that makes it really simple, you know. So once you have your 1-4-5 chord formula, and I myself, I make my own diagram. I take out all the extra chords once you've counted it out, and you just put the exact chords that you need. And this diagram also has the chords in Spanish. C chord is do, and that's fa, sol. This is named after the Latin do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. And so this makes it easier for me. And I also have a, set up the actual chord structures in a 1-4-5 chord formula with the black dots on it, showing you where to put your fingers. Now, in a basic, it's a basic guitar book that will show you which numbers go with which fingers. And this makes it a lot easier. That way, when you go back to the chord diagrams, you can actually know where to put your fingers and which fingers makes it easier to play the chord structure. Then you go back to your 1-4-5 chord formula, and you practice these chords until you get real good at them, make them sound nice and clean, and then you want to practice going back and forth to different chords, like from G to C, from A to D, and you go back and forth until you feel really comfortable and fluent. Then you can sit down with the song, and actually it took me about 3 months of really good practice to be able to sit down with friends and play a song. It was really nice to be able to do that. And instead of, years. Some people take years because they don't have the right formula or the right teacher. So these are the basic diagrams that you need, and you can find most of the stuff in a beginner guitar book. So in conclusion, we have a very easy formula to follow, and once you know the formula, you just need to practice it, get fluent with it. We have 3 basic things that we need to know about playing rhythm guitar. That's the 7 major chords, the 1-4-5 chord pattern, and putting 1 and 2 together and learn the fingerings to play each chord. Thank you very much. Are there any questions? I would like to show you kind of how it works. I don't know if this is tuned up really well, but we'll play in the key of D, and then you change your chords. When you can change real quickly like that, then you're ready to play a song. There's a very simple songs, which are 3 chord structures, a lot of rock songs, a lot of blues songs. Mostly the blues songs have just like 3 chords in them, and you just have to learn the rhythm that goes with it. Any questions? All right, thank you very much.